Welcome back or welcome in. I'm Sia Cypher. I'm a psychic medium, light worker, starseed, creative intuitive soul, sent here in this now moment to deliver you a divine message from the divine realm through my tarot cards. Okay? Everything that you will need from me will be down in the description box below, so head down there if you feel called to. If you'd like to get a personal reading, all the details are down below. If this message is showing up for you, then you can guarantee that there are messages in here that your soul is desiring for you to be hearing that will help you moving forward. I'm trusting that the universe has connected us for a very good reason. So with that, let's dive into today's message. And I've already pulled some oracle cards. Okay. I love the energy that's coming through here. We've got the tiger and the otter. Okay. The tiger. The white tiger. I love the white tiger so much. Okay. Then we've also got the ever unfolding rose. It says cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And then on the bottom of the deck of this one, it's don't dim your light to fit in. Okay. So it's really different energy that I'm getting here because the tiger is fierce, right? Fierce, like very like stalky, kind of like one with silence, you know, moves in the dark, you know, is not afraid to be in the dark. Okay. And then the otter is like, out of all the animals in this, it's like the happiest, most joyful, most playful of them. So see, which I feel like both factors actually are very much qualities of the divine feminine. Take it if it resonates. But let's see what the book has to say about this. Okay, with the tiger first, it says it's a lunar force. Okay, a lunar force, ease in darkness and feminine energy, right? Yeah. So the tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of this. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in potent calm. Yeah, this feels like what you're doing, because I've also bookmarked it with personal powerful personal growth, which really talks, for me, it's really pointing to the fact that you're opening up to bringing in more silence, like you're prioritizing. Oh, this ear's ringing drastically. So confirmation, you're taking more time to tune into quiet. Like you're making that a regular practice, I feel like, in your life. And it's having a very big effect on your ability to tune into calm, but it's also allowing you to receive intuitive guidance, like it's heightened, right? There's nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your potent power, right? And that's what you're realizing. It's like you're maybe awakening at this time to realizing how you've held your power back by merely is what I meant today. Smear today. Weird. I don't even know where I was going with that. So let's just keep moving. When it's in balance, it talks about being passionate, strong, and sensual. Candle gazing as well will help bring in and anchor in more of this tiger energy if you feel called to that. I actually love candle gazing. It just takes you to a whole nother realm. So if you feel called to that, definitely give it a go. Now let's just dive into this otter spirit as well. It says unobstructed. Let's try and pick this up for you. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment, and loud fear. Bookmarked this one. So this actually feels like what you're breaking out of, what you're moving beyond, this fear of the silence, this fear of sitting still, this fear of tuning into your power, this fear of your power, this fear of your potential. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Yeah, it's like you're meditating more and you're finding this bliss, right? Otter energy is the most playful. It's the playfulness of a child, and it's available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and a reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, fear, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. Oh my God. This is full of love and needing nothing. This is like having everything, realizing and tuning into having everything within. When you need nothing, everything is given. Opening up to allowing. I am open to allow. Put this in the affirmation. An affirmation for you to put in the comments below. I am open to allowing. I love meditating. I find it easy to meditate. Meditation is a natural part of my day. These are all affirmations for you to use. Add into your daily regime of affirmations. Okay, now let's do this, right? Cracking open. This is absolutely a heart chakra opening here. I've been doing it in my own life, honestly. So this message is resonating for me. Like I've been stretching a lot into my shoulders, right? A lot, because this shoulder on my left side, which is the side of the feminine energy, has been blocked, this shoulder, I don't know what I've done to it, but it was like rolled in and like tucked under. So I've never really fully been able to like fully reach behind me. So I've been working on stretching that out, right? Opening up. And because of that, can you see this purple light here? Third eye chakra is opening for you, my love. But yeah, I'm feeling this in my own life, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So this card really talks about like keeping your heart open through, and look, black sheep. So yeah, you've definitely been orphaned, or you're the odd one out in your family, and it's been difficult for you in life. Okay. Oh, I just got a clarity in knowing that I want to use these. Sorry, random. This is saying, let life crack you open. Open through hurt and open through loss. To allow what is falling away to fall away and not cling to it, right? And don't dim your light to fit in really talks about letting people go. So we'll get into that. But being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as much as the triumphs and the adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, right? This is what you've been doing. No matter the tragedy that's also been showing up for you, you've kept tuning into your spirit. You've kept meditating. You've kept feeling everything that you have needed to feel, to process and release. And because of that, it's like you're opening up to this very playful energy that now is always present and available for you to feel, which might even feel new for you, right? Because you've been in a long phase of processing the tragedy that's been stored and stuck. So perhaps you're going through a difficult time, or at least you're processing the difficult times from the past. And this is about seeing it as a blessing, and one day in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open, right? Needs you at this level of someone that has been through tragic events and has allowed it to feed them. It's allowed them to open and therefore you are a blessing for merely existing. You provide through your being. Now is the time to go gently on yourself. Treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby. Oh, I love that. I just resonate with that so much. Wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you'll look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry and the beauty of life. Everything is going to be okay. If you needed to hear that, everything's going to be just fine. Okay? It's all going to be just fine. It's all going to be just fine this time. Don't dim to fit in, okay? How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We're all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding you and you are a part of the universe. So expanding is a part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. Right? I'm just resonating with this. They are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light. Anyway, there's no pressure to do that though. Okay, you can just step away. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. So it can also be a good practice for you, right? To just shine bright anyway. But don't feel bad if you can't. Just step away if you need to. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you're shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. It's not comfortable, right? By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not, but keep your light on anyway, right? All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. This can create waves, and that's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. People are happier when they think they're doing better than you. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. Okay, so yeah, this is really, I'm going to take that card actually, because this is really letting people fall away. Places, people and things, letting it all fall away from us. I just saw someone in my peripheral. Interesting. This is letting things fall away that need to, right? Because we're opening, you're opening up. You're shining bright. You're connecting in deeply to your spirit, to your intuition, to your higher self. And there's new joy and playfulness and fun that you're feeling from that. And you're shining, like there's this, I just keep seeing this really bright light shining from here. And some people around you can't handle it. Whoever you're thinking of right now, it's them. So the tiger, spirit. The tiger card. Wow, 6 of Swords. This is fascinating because this is, with the High Priestess in reverse. Literally. This is really talking about, this is when the mind, okay, the mind, in our mind space, we take a leap of faith because in the Swords deck, we are constantly taking leaps of faith into trusting the universe, into trusting our intuition, into trusting that everything's going to be okay, right? It's a lot. The mind has to learn a lot of layers of trust so that it can continue to open into a wider consciousness, into evolution, into expansion, okay? It's always an act of learning to trust more, okay? So what I'm really feeling from this, and like with the High Priestess in reverse, this is like a disconnection from our spirit, a disconnection from our ability to trust our intuition, a disconnection from our higher self, right? This is not listening to our intuition or finding it hard to hear it, okay? And this is the act of sailing away from past patterns, past ways of being, past ways of speaking, even people, right? Literally, this is the act of sailing away from old shores into brand new ones. And the mind is, remember, the ocean and the water is always intuition. So the mind is the boat. So the mind is literally embraced by the intuition here to leave behind the ways of being that have prevented you from tuning into the meditation, stillness, quiet. This is sailing away from old thought patterns, racy thoughts, or negative thoughts, critical mindsets, right? That have actually been blocking the intuition, right? Causing the doubt, lacking the intuition, and causing very rocky times to exist in our vicinity. This is the act of, you're clearly moving away from it, my love. You're clearly moving away from it. And there's this joy and happiness and pleasure that's able to return now. Spirit, what's this otter card about? Look at that. Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. The Page of Wands is a brand new cycle of excitement. The Wands talks about exciting, feeling inspired, feeling excited, feeling joy again, right? Feeling a renewed sense, a rejuvenated sense of our enthusiasm in a direction, in a clarity. We're feeling inspired to explore things that really resonate with the true self of us. So this otter energy, this playful joyfulness, this return to childlike energy within ourselves, this is part of the new phase that you're finding and that you're exploring and actually accessing. The Four of Pentacles talks about like this new phase is both exciting but also secure again. See her face? She's like, I have everything I need. I'm all good. I have my resources. I have me, right? I'm good. So there is this like, this new phase is both exciting and balanced. There's order in this new cycle. It feels like there's, whenever I see the Four of Pentacles, it's like, it is really a foundation that is balanced and orderly and aligned with the universe, because we're not coming from a place of scarcity. If it was in reverse, we'd be coming from a place of scarcity. But because it's upright, this new phase, it's like you're leaving behind scarcity or leaving behind beliefs in lack, okay? Leaving behind blocks, right? This Page of Wands energy is like a brand new phase, a brand new cycle begins for you. This can be good news coming in as well, in terms of some kind of aspect to your physical reality, your ability to feel stable in the physical domain of life. This is like a return to exciting energy as well, because the Pentacles all talk about our vital life force energy, our stamina, our wellness, our health. All of this is feeling stabilized once again, because you've made the right choices. You've left behind the right things. You've followed your intuition. You've opened up to stillness. And therefore, more joy is able to flood in here. What is this ever unfolding rose, Spirit? Thank you. All two cards keep popping out, 222, which is the number of aligning with spirit and aligning with the intuition. Okay, the ever unfolding rose, we've got Four of Wands and the Strength card. Okay, Four of Wands is actually, that card depicts completion. It's the Lord of completion, okay, I believe, which really talks about like always, like we have a foundation in completing our creative visions, right? Completing them, achieving them. Because the Four of Wands really does talk about milestones that are achieved. It talks about having a foundation of achieving what our hearts and passion desires. It's like bringing our passions into full fruition, into completion. You could be seeing 1111 as well. Confirmation of this message. Okay, but the Strength card also talks about our divine feminine energy, okay, reaching a divine feminine magic, being in action here. So it really feels like, okay, the Strength also talks about re-speaking, okay, but speaking to our subconscious mind in new ways, which heals inner dynamics, okay? It's how we love on ourselves. That's true strength. It's the act of loving the parts of ourselves that have caused our hearts to close up, and therefore we unlock this immense strength within us, and it's strength within gentility, and there is this coming together. I just heard combination of parts of ourselves that we've exiled coming back together in a very loving, harmonic way. The Four of Wands talks about this the completion here is you rewriting the subconscious mind. And therefore this otter energy, this otter spirit energy is able to come online full force, is what I want to say. There is a very sturdy foundation in your subconscious mind of celebration, of gratitude, of support, of joy, of excitement, of hope for the future. And then don't dim this light. Knight of Wands. Wow, Knight of Wands. So with this don't dim to fit in energy, this feels like you're, with all this rewriting, with all this releasing of the heart energy, you know, tuning in and leaving behind the things that don't serve you, you're now in a place where you're ready to take very passionate action moving forward. This is like getting like knowing where you want to go, knowing what you want to express, having a vision, having a clear vision and going after it. That's where you're at now. Because, excuse me, confirmation, but sometimes they just surprise me. But you've completed the work in rewriting the subconscious mind. You've completed the work in rewriting the subconscious mind. And your heart chakras are now able to open, and therefore things are able to leave you that need to, and you're no longer dimming to fit in to these old places, people, things, and now there's like nothing's holding you back. Nothing's holding you back now. Nothing is holding you back. Birds flying all in the sky. Ah, what a moment. Okay, another confirmation card for this Knight of Wands while we're here. Yeah, look, this is the passionate action forward is you being of service. You're able now to be of service to the world in the way that you truly desire. This is being of service in the way that the universe desires for you, because you're not caring about what anyone around you thinks anymore. Because being of service is the most important thing. No longer dimming your light is the most important thing to you. Congratulations. That is a completion in itself and deserves celebration. You deserve to celebrate yourself right now, right? Go gentle on yourself. Treat yourself. Oh, this is so beautiful. The ever unfolding rose, Spirit. Ooh, we've got the letter coming out. So communication. This feels like maybe offers coming in for you, right? I'm not taking those. Actually, this one resonates. Look, well, this one says joyfulness, right? But look, similar energy. There's definitely celebration here. This could be you're attracting in things now because you're able to tune in, be quiet, and therefore your vibration lifts and attracts in some kind of communication, some kind of offer. Okay. This is soul tribe as well, connecting with soul tribe. So maybe there's communication coming in from certain soul tribe people. Maybe an offer coming in through soul tribe. What's this otter spirit about, spirit? This is so funny. I got like a little, so we've got transformation. It feels like the transformation's done with the death card in reverse, because you're there. You've achieved it. It's completed. The work is done, is all these things I'm hearing, because the constancy talks about being faithful, being resilient, being reliable, dependable. It's very Queen of Wands. Sorry, it's very Queen of Pentacles energy. So it does feel like the time of transformation is nearing its end. Okay, if not is already done, because you're anchoring in enough to this strength, to this wild strength that is unique to you. And it's almost like I kind of also got the feeling like there's some kind of like overly seriousness with life ending as well. Being overly serious with life is coming to its end. And this tiger card, spirit, thank you. Look, we're also releasing grief, releasing sadness, releasing the attachment to the old things. We're releasing the attachment to the sadness of old things, because we are starting to see that the very presence of them in the past has always served us. It's always been there for us. This is beautiful. Another one for the tiger wants to come through. Merchant. You're going to be taking these very feminine qualities, this receptivity into some work dynamic, into some work venture that you have. It's going to be allowing you to show up into this very kind of aware business person. I love that for you. Let's get some last few messages before the night fades. High vibration, right? I said that, didn't I? High vibration, and it came out with evil eye jealousy. This literally with the people, right? With don't dim your light. It's because your vibration is rising and people can feel it from you, and they're sending you evil eye, but I just don't feel like it's affecting you anymore. You've tuned in enough to your own strength here that you become untouchable, right? Anyone that's sending you evil eye jealousy is fading out of your existence. And there can be a little bit of difficulty with that, because we notice it, but it also feels like you're kind of having too much fun to really even notice it too much, or to get too hung up about it. That's why the widower perhaps came out in reverse. Like there's sadness, but you're not tuning into it that much, because it's just part of the journey, right? It's part of the devoted mission. Neptune, otherworldliness. That's what you're anchoring in here. That's what I feel from this tiger energy, otherworldliness, mysticism, and transcending limitations. You are anchoring in a fantasy life because you have been brave enough to go after it, my love. You deserve it, right? Sarah's. Look at this. Sarah's is an asteroid, okay? And it's similar to the goddess Demeter in the Greek philosophy, but this is about how our childhood nurturing affects our self-worth, our self-esteem, and our ability to cope with life challenges. See, there's like this release in being overly serious. You're healing. Yeah, you're releasing it, right? Yeah. just releasing, and you're still returning to very nurturing energy, regardless of what you received as a child. That's very powerful. That's very powerful. Oh, and low vibration. Transcending out of the low vibrational connections and entering into, ready for this, magical bliss. Magical bliss. What are these ones, Spirit? Tuned in, tapped in, turned on. That's you, my love. Tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Okay. All right, hold on. So we've got wow. We've got Uranus here with going on a trip. This is the message that wants to come through here. Uranus is talking about unexpected change, a hidden mystery. Okay, so it really feels like there's an unexpected trip that's coming about, whether this is, you know, spiritual or physical. Take it as it resonates. And this says rushing with the third house. This is like something that I feel like you're also releasing, is rushing your day to day. There's no more rushing in your day to day. There's no more rushing in your business. It's moving at a pace that works for you, because you're tuning into what even that is, finding that in yourself, right? The moon, I saw this one, the moon. This talks about the subconscious mind and our programming that exists in it. This is intuition. This is feminine energy. The moon is so powerful for you here. The moon is really a guiding force for you. Okay. Secret admirer. There's a secret admirer. Ooh, okay, yeah, transcending more of this is that with that low vibration energy, lies, deceit, and manipulation. I did actually see the King of Swords in reverse, which can talk about sort of manipulative actions. So this feels like maybe you've been manipulated by these people around you that you're now cutting the cord from, and you haven't fully known that they've been manipulative because of your love for them. Could be an Aries person. Look, I'm just really drawn to competitive. Like I kept reading that word over and over again. So this is part of that low vibration, is like cutting the cord to these competitive people that would lie to you about who they really are, pretend they were more enlightened perhaps than they were, because they were just reflecting you, right? And we've got Leo popping out here as well. Yeah, you're very generous. You're very warm-hearted. And people can really easily, see that? Very warm, very warm-hearted, very generous. This is how we express our affection. And you've been giving and receiving. You have a big heart, so you can easily, like, want to give beyond what is actually deserving of your time and your energy. Look, pamper yourself. This is a time just for you, my love. This is a time just for you to love on you, be gentle with yourself, appreciate you, right? Look, an unexpected portal is opening up for you, my love. And it's within you, right? And it's happening, and it could even be externally with that letter card, like an unexpected portal, an unexpected opportunity, an unexpected offer is coming in for you, and it opens up yourself, your reality, because you've taken the time to tune into silence to find the portal within, so therefore it must reflect into the external. So what a freaking reading. I love this so much. Oh my God. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you stayed to the end of this reading, what emoji are we going to pick? What emoji? You know, I was really drawn to the crow, actually. So drop a crow down in the comments below to let me know you stayed to the end so I can send you some love. And yeah, wow, I'm still just like buzzing off this energy. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your donations. I appreciate them so very much. They warm my heart. I love receiving them. Thank you so much. If you would like to get a personal reading, definitely check out the description box below for all the details. Thank you so much, and I will see you in a future message. Make sure you make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe, and I will see you in a future message. Sending you love. Mwah.